BJ McLeod is one of NASCAR's top underdogs for well over 10 years. A man who has given his blood, sweat, and tears for the sport, with natural talent behind the wheel. BJ McLeod truly embodies what NASCAR is. A hard-working man just trying to make a living while also doing something he truly enjoys. Through his 20-plus year driving career, BJ McLeod has never really gotten the opportunity to drive superior equipment that could really show off his true talent and abilities behind the wheel. But back in 2021, that moment nearly came true. In July of 2021, Michael Annett had to step out of his number 1 junior motorsports entry. After dealing with a nagging knee injury for some time, Annett was participating in a practice session for the Dirt Knoxville truck race when he was then promptly pulled from his 0-2 truck ride due to the pain in his leg, and dirt racer Chris Windham took his spot. Although it wasn't for sure he'd be in the car for Saturday, the plan was still to have Annett drive his number 1 entry for Atlanta the next day. However, come Saturday, just less than 2 hours before the green flag, it was announced that Annett would not be racing and another driver was needed. And unfortunately, Junior Motorsports developmental driver Josh Berry was already lined up to drive another car, the number 31 for Jordan Anderson Racing. This unfortunately left Junior scrambling to find an Xfinity licensed driver to drive his number 1 car. Jordan Bianchi was the first to report, hearing that Michael Annett's status for today's Xfinity race is up in the air. Junior Motorsports Director of Competition Ryan Pemberton has spoken to Josh Berry, and he's the top candidate to drive the number 1 entry. Berry was to drive for Jordan Anderson's team today. Bianchi also went on to report that Ryan Pemberton just asked BJ McLeod if he wants to drive the number 1 entry, as Annett is out for today's race. Bob Pockers was then second to report. Junior Motorsports is scrambling to see who they can put in the 1 car. Annett missed the truck race yesterday with a leg injury, but apparently thought he would be better today. Jordan Anderson just stepped in the car to see if he could be fitted in the seat. BJ McLeod is also a possible fit as well. Junior Motorsports tells me that Michael Annett has a leg injury and that this is why he is out for today's Xfinity race. Annett also sat out last night's truck race at Knoxville. Underdog fans and myself were clamoring that it be BJ behind the wheel, finally getting his big break in NASCAR. BJ, who's been an owner-driver pretty much his entire career, deserved that big break at this point in his career, but sadly, it was not meant to be. Later on, a couple minutes later, Jordan Bianchi would later confirm that it was Austin Dillon to substitute for Michael Annett, as Dillon was the best fit in Annett's seat. When speaking to BJ McLeod again, he simply said it was a dream just to be considered. Annett would finish the number 1 entry 11th at that Atlanta race. Would BJ have done better? Unfortunately, we will never know. BJ McLeod is a man that has paid his dues in NASCAR, and hopefully one day will get the ride to show off his true talent in NASCAR. Until then, we'll continue to cheer him as an ultimate underdog for both the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this little short. Like and subscribe to the channel, and take care, guys. This is Start and Park Car signing off.